more useful if the robot just goes by a fixed track, and you kind of allocate a track for the robot so that it goes by that track. So I think that would probably like for hospitals, because there's a lot of people like going, and they're all, it could be elderly, it could be children, it could be people on wheelchairs. So it's very unpredictable. And if you have a fully autonomous robot that you give it full autonomous programming, meaning that you just let it go by itself, it's highly possible that it wouldn't be able to move very fast, very effectively, and it would probably go into some kind of loops and traps because of the density of the pedestrians. So then you have to think whether it is required there in that case. But of course, if it's another scenario, let's say if it's a workplace, or if it's a factory environment where you need to deliver things, or you need to deliver things, I would say, for example. So for example, you need to deliver from point A to point B, and in an environment where there is limited people walking around. So then there's a lot of leeway or empty space for the robot to actually navigate himself. So in the case where he hits a wall, so he will do a slam, or he will do a slam, or he'll do a navigation after that and say that, okay, there's a wall in front of me, then I should turn, change the direction, and continue based on my predefined route, right? So until I hit something else, because there is enough room for me to navigate about. So that would be useful. And another autonomous robot way of doing is like the warehousing one, like Amazon or Redmart or any of those, where they go by the QR codes on the floor. So that's also one of the ways you can do it. So the AGV moves to a certain location, reads the QR code, knows where he is in terms of localization, and then he will say where should I go next based on his orders or his target. Yeah.
So the current existing technology for autonomous navigation, do you think they enough to use these robotics in such hospital environment, which is dynamic and unstructured? Are they enough, or still need more development based on your experience?
I think it still needs further enhancements. I mean, it's usable, but definitely needs enhancements.
Do you know exactly where is the pain points, where is the challenge that they are facing in this development process?
There's a lot of that actually. For example, one you can do is software integration. For example, how does the robot go up? Goes up the lift, goes down the lift. So how does the robot actually calls for the lift, for example? So
system integration.
Yes, system integration with the surrounding electronics, right? So opening of doors. I mean, that's a simple one actually, doors. But lifts is one common challenge. I wouldn't say it's an issue; it's a challenge, because it's still doable. It's just the willingness with different vendors. So also in cases where there is restricted areas, so you need to do integration with car access systems, for example. Yeah. So those are the more on system integration side, and navigation would be one of them, in the sense that how to navigate through all these barriers.
So system integration and the navigation itself, you mean in terms of traffic planning, localization, and
yes,
those kind of components. Those are the current existing products for service robotic in hospitals, based on our survey. I don't know if you know any information about these, but they claim, or they mention in their reports, that it is fully autonomous and they can do whatever, they can navigate easily, they can avoid peoples. And when we look to the sensor that they use, they just use some basic sensors like ultrasonics, lasers. Even most of them, they don't use LiDAR and camera. And you know now the uncertainty and the limitation of this kind of sensor. I mean, the laser and the ultrasonic is I think limit its navigation capability, which is what confuses us, because they don't use any advanced vision-based like sensors or LiDAR, advanced LiDAR. So I don't know if you have any idea about this and how we can look to this product in terms of autonomous navigation. I mean, if we look to these components to these brochures, what exactly the main specification that we need to look in terms of autonomous navigation? And I know if we look to the specification for each of these robots, we can say something about the compartments, the design, the batteries, the mechanism of motion, but in terms of the autonomous navigation, if I'm a customer, I want to buy some of this product or I want a new product, what are how you specify the autonomous navigation parts in the contracts? I mean, in terms, for example, speed, accuracy, efficiency, I don't know, obstacle detection capabilities. What are the specifications that you are like delivering for the customer, and what are the specifications that they are looking for? How you specify, how you characterize, I mean, the capabilities.
Right. Okay. I would say the ability to actually fulfill that to go to the end target. So in the event that it's being in a highly mobile environment, highly unpredictable environment. So how do you quantify that?
Yes. So if someone tell me the accuracy is like 1 cm or 10 cm, like we say for positioning, I mean, which one is better? I mean, how we can
that that would be a repeatability is also a consideration, but it's usually not for navigation specific, I would say. So if it's because precision wise in navigation wouldn't really matter that much, because the outcome that you're looking out for is actually whether the thing can reach that destination, rather than I reach the destination with a 10 millimeter difference from the target. It doesn't really matter that much, right? So whether it can actually ultimately reach the target, I would say, is the path it takes to reach there and how long it actually takes to reach there.
You mean the time?
Yeah.
Or the speed?
Yes. So because all of this navigation is actually, I would say, one is based on external parameters, so how many people, and also based on the algorithm that's being written for the navigation protocol. So how well the algorithm has been written for it, such that it can actually compute the best way to go, right? So how do you actually test that out? Would really just be able to see the performance of it in a regulated environment, and
yeah. So okay.
So assuming I have a test environment with different kind of blockages and different kind of moving obstacles, for example, and I put all of those robots over there into this environment. Which ones are able to move to the final destination in the shortest period of time? Right. So
and achieve the task.
Yes.
Okay. So why I'm asking this question, because if we want to test our robots, we need to differentiate us from the existing one. So your recommendation, what exactly that we should look in our testing? I don't know, should we do the same, like simulate the environments, or put our robots inside the hospitals and see how they perform and calculate the time, the speed, the accuracy, this kind of stuff? Because we are looking forward to find our value proposition, how we are better than the available and the existing one.
Okay. So value proposition.
It's easy to do that.
I would say the most basic one would be the price. So if you can do it, you can do the exact same thing and achieve the exact same task. Let's just ignore the efficiency and all those things. But if you can minimally, basically, do the task and do it with a cheaper price tag, then I would say it's really one of the value propositions. Okay. Right.
Any idea how much the price for these kind of
it really depends. I mean, so the bare metal, the base for a mobile robot, in that it can cost anywhere between 50k to 300, anywhere between, or even more
50
than
to 300.
Yeah.
Oh.
And something regarding like